This problem has been submitted from a student, and so I wanted to look at it. It says find the equation of the line perpendicular to y equals negative 3x plus 3 through the point 6, 4, and express your answer in slope-intercept form and graph the lines. All right, well, we know we have to write an equation of a line first of all. And if you'll remember from, things that you've done in the past, when you write the equation of a line, you always start out with your point slope formula. And that is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. In order to write the equation of a line, you have to have two things. You have to have a point and you have to have the slope. Well, in this case, we have a point. So this is going to be our x1, y1. And you know what? I'm going to do that in a different color there also so that you can see that whenever we plug it in. I'm going to do that in red, x1, y1. But they didn't give us a slope. Well, they did tell us, though, that our equation has to be perpendicular to this line, y equals negative 3x plus 3. The slope of this line, remember your slope is in this m position. So the slope in this line would be negative 3. Now let's think about what the perpendicular slope would be. Perpendicular slopes always have the opposite sign, so that would be a positive number, and then the reciprocal of each other. So the reciprocal of 3 would be 1 over 3. So we're going to be writing an equation going through this point, 6, 4, with a slope of 1/3. I'm going to replace the y1 with 4. I'm going to replace the m with 1/3 because that's the slope we're going to be using here. Oop, didn't write that very well. And I'm going to replace the x sub 1 with 6 because that's the x value from my point, which is 6. And now we continue to clean this up. So this will be y minus 4 equals 1/3 times x minus 6. Now distributing out my 1/3, y minus 4 equals 1/3 times x is 1/3 x. And 1/3 times 6, if you needed to, you could even come out and say, what is 1/3 times 6? And write 6 over 1. Well, 3 goes into 6 2 times. So 1/3 times negative 6 would be negative 2. And now we need to combine our like terms, so we need to add 4 to both sides. And when we do that, we have y equals 1/3 x plus 2. Which is, according to them, the correct answer. Now they're asking you to choose the correct graph below. Well, you could do this a couple of different ways. You could either graph your original equation on your calculator, and you could graph the second equation that you found on your calculator, a y1 and a y2, and then just choose the correct picture. Or you can also do some, just kind of doing it out by hand. Since these are perpendicular lines, we know it can't be this one. Those are parallel lines. Perpendicular lines create 90-degree angles when they cross, so it can't be this A either. That's not a perpendicular line. It has to be either this B or C. Well, what we have here in our original equation is a line that goes through the y-intercept at positive 3. So we're going to have a y-intercept at 1, 2, 3. There's a y-intercept at 3 and 1, 2, 3. That one is also. And then we have a slope of negative 3, which is the same thing as saying negative 3 over 1. So if we go down 1, 2, 3 and over 1, that would be that slope. Here, if we went 1, 2, 3 and over 1, this line is not matching up with that exactly. So it has to be B. We could go back and the red line should match the 1/3 x plus 2 also. It has a y-intercept here at 2, and then we would rise 1 and run 3 to get to the next point.